there, drone fans. Rick here again from Drone Valley. Today I've got a quick tip for you Mavic 2 flyers that'll help you quickly and safely install the gimbal lock on your brand new quad. Now, a gimbal lock is a really important accessory that came installed on the quad when it first arrived, and it serves two basic functions. First, it locks the camera in place, so when you're transporting this and it's bouncing around inside the case or your car, the camera isn't juggling all over the place and damaging the sensitive gimbal. The second thing it does is protect the camera in this whole area from dirt and debris and even scratches across the front lens. So it's really important that you put it back on and it stays on there when you're transporting it. Now, if you're like me, when this quad first showed up, the first thing I did was pop off the gimbal guard, charge up the batteries, go outside and fly it. Then I came back inside and I've got this thing sitting on the table. And what made it even worse for me was with my zoom gimbal guard, this had actually popped off. So I had two pieces that I had to put back together, then figure out how to put on the quad. And I had to wrestle with it for a little bit of time. And maybe you guys are smarter than I am and you figured it out really quickly. But for me, it took a little bit of time and I was always wrestling with it and trying to find a clean way to put it back on there. So over time, because I fly this thing every day, I've realized there are a couple of tricks to it. So first off, when I put the gimbal lock back on, I fold up the quad first. Now you can do it with the quad unfolded, and I'll do that on the Pro when I show you that one. But I like to fold it up because when I lay it on its back, which is the easiest way to put the gimbal lock back on, because those blades in the back are a little higher, it forms a really nice stable platform, which makes it really easy to get it on there. So the first thing I'll do, put it on its back. I'll gently pull the camera to a forward position and keep a finger on the top of it. Then I'll take this gimbal lock, and there's a slot right here where the camera fits, and slide that gently under the camera. Now here's the tricky part. I'll bring it up to about a quarter of the way closed like that, and you'll feel it drop into those two slots on the front. You'll know it's in there because it won't wiggle anymore. Then I push it back and lock it down, and that's pretty much it. But before that, I used to wrestle with it and thought that the gimbal lock itself would align the camera, and it was just a mess. But putting it on that way means both of those feet are fully seated in the slots in the front, and it click closed on the back. Now I'll show you what happens if you do it with it open, and I've got friends that do it that way, and we always talk about, you know, what's the best way to do something. But for me, doing it with the quad unfolded like this, like if you've just come back from flying, when you lay it on its back, you're going to see immediately what happens. You can see how unstable it is, and that's because there's this nice hump here in the battery. So it is something you can do with it like this, but it does jiggle a little bit more. But same process here. So center the camera, put your finger on the top of it, slide this in underneath the camera, gently underneath the camera like that. Put it up to about a quarter of the way closed, wiggle those 2 feet in, push it back, and it closes up really nice. So not a lot more work that way, but for me, I just like having the stability of having it folded up. Then you can fold it up and put it away in your case. And that's pretty much it. And I know that may seem simple, and a lot of you guys are probably saying, Rick, why did you waste time doing a clip on this? This is a no-brainer. I've had a ton of questions from you guys on how to put that gimbal lock on the quad, so I thought I'm gonna do a series of these quick clips where I get in and I do like a 2-minute clip to explain one particular issue that you guys have asked me questions about. So hopefully this made sense. If you have any questions about this or anything else we've talked about, drop them in the comments below and I'll get back to you as quickly as I can. Thanks very much for watching, and until next time, happy flying.